Pisces, welcome to your in-depth reading for yours and theirs. Some ground rules before we get started. Yours and theirs is an energy read between yourself and someone else. So do keep in mind it does not have to be about a significant other, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, lover type situation. Whoever fits the bill in terms of the dynamic as I'm describing it. So it could be about a family member or friend, that kind of thing. Regardless, take what resonates, leave it does not. Reverse those energies as you see fit, more so with yours and theirs, as energy exchange and interchange is real, rapid, and fluid. These are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate. And I know that's frustrating, but it's also very normal, right? Collective readings. It may not apply, and that's okay. So check your other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. Okay. All that technical woohoo aside, let's get cracking. Show me Pisces in the person, please. Show me Pisces in the person. Show me Pisces in the person, please. What's going on, please? Show me Pisces in their person. Let's do one more. Show me Pisces, please. Okay. We're going to start on your side of the board, but as I said in the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. What's going on, please? King of Wands, King of Swords, Knights of Pentacles, strong will, determination. Overall, you look like you know who you are and what you're doing and what you're about. Even if it's a little slow, it's not the point. That's not the point. You're saying you're comfortable with who you are. You have a good sense of direction attached to you. I like it. I do. The Lovers, the Five of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. Don't care for that middle part. We'll see how deep it runs, how far it runs. Nobody's perfect. A little bit of Five of Swords from time to time is normal. Self-sabotaging tendencies, yeah. It's a Lover's connection. Five of Swords. We'll have to clarify to see what the sabotage is there. And the Eight of Pentacles. Working through this, it's kind of a lie. Someone's ability or willingness to work through a situation with you. How much time, energy, and effort actually spent on the connection. Kind of a lie. A little bit. We shall see. Shared, Ace of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, the Hermit. Apologize. This is where we are right now, guys. I know it's annoying. That's my life, so it's no fun for me either. Trust me. The throat clearing and the vocal dryness. It is what it is, especially this time of year for me. Ace of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, the Hermit. So this is literally an offer to work together in the interests of healing and possibly rebuilding. So we're definitely going to take a look at that Five of Swords because this is all earthbound energy. It says it's real. It could be real. It could be happening. Legitimacy. So if there's already straight away a lie about how much someone's actually willing to put into this in order to quote unquote work it out, this already has lost some of its shine, okay, in terms of its believability. Nine of Pentacles, you overall having a strong sense of self as you should. Nobody's perfect, just to clarify that. No one's perfect, there's no such thing, but you can at least know who the heck you are and what you're about, what you're doing. So those are strong markers to individuation, knowing thyself, again, what you're doing and why you're doing it, okay? When we wander around aimless, okay, with no idea of self, we tend to screw up quite a bit and then affect other people. We don't want to do that. We want to have an idea of what we do, why we do it, and where it's coming from, okay? Let's go ahead and start right there with that Nine of Pentacles. You look comfortable in your own sense of personal achievement and cultivation of self. Let's take a look at that. Show me that Nine of Pentacles. Show me that Nine of Pentacles. Show me that Nine of Pentacles. Show me that Nine of Pentacles, please. Auspiciously placed, Five of Swords right there in the center of the reading. Not my favorite. Ten of Pentacles, the Empress, the Ten of Cups. Wow, you look fantastically beautiful. And by all rights, it looks like you're co-creating with somebody, to be perfectly honest with you. So even though you showed me a strong sense of self, you're also showing me a strong attachment to someone who's creating a whole world with you. That's an empire. And it's not peanuts, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not saying wealth. It's not necessarily translating to wealth. I'm saying success of what we have achieved in this life and that we continue to achieve in this life. You're saying high levels of stability and functionality are attached to you and someone else. We have empowerment here. Okay. This is beautiful. This is what people would love to see and can spend a whole lifetime looking for it. You're on your way in it. I see you co-creating with somebody, and it's magnificent. This is the kind of legacy that stands the test of time. So not only do we have a highly functioning 3D world, we also have a highly functioning emotional world. Okay. These are people who are closest to us, family, friends, spouses, kids. So I don't know who's in there with you, but you look great, relaxed, healthy, productive, and I have someone in there with you by all rights. You look wonderful. It's right there straight away. That's beautiful. You know, even if you're on your own, having that level of 10 as an individual is impressive. You can be an Empress on your own right. You can have a 10 of Pentacles in your own right. And having the success of it all. Someone of value and importance in every area of your life. That would be amazing. I mean, with that level of activity, I can't help but think you're co-creating with somebody. And it's stable as heck, too. And if that's the case for you, congratulations. Okay? When it brings to mind, who the heck is that? Okay. We'll get there. We will get there. All right. That's very, very happy. Solid as hell, too. It's lovely. It's lovely. That's one of the best empires I've ever seen. Confidence, too. Proper confidence, not ego confidence. Confidence based on stability, know-how, doing, creating, that kind of thing. Real confidence. It's not really a feeling. It's motion. It's movement. It shows up in the real world. So you don't have to show me things like ego because you already know what's going on. You know? So that's just wonderful. It's so healthy. It's so productive. It's a very rich life right there that I'm looking at. Let's see that King of Wands, please. Ah, the Devil, the Two of Wands, the Seven of Cups. Part of you is reflecting on something that does not look good. Why do you have a fear in you? Where's that fear coming from? You have a fear. It's a confrontational decision too. The Devil, the Two of Wands, Seven of Cups. The question is, do I open up to this? And is that bad? Okay. Okay. You have a decision upon you. It's coming in relatively soon. The question is, what do I give this? Should I give anything to it at all? You do want an answer, but you're showing me a fear-based possible decision. And it all comes down to one thing. Is responding to this at all, is that good or not? You're saying it's provoking an emotional pattern in you that you do not care for. Because over here I got you. No hesitation, fully functioning, very healthy and happy. And then over here you went into a place of emotional insecurity based on a decision. So that means something was prompted or put forward to put you into that feeling. Anti-fear, high functioning. Fear, low functioning. Let's say that King of Swords. I want to see what you're thinking. King of Swords. There it is. I was going to say that. As I say, communication dropped. There's nothing else that would possibly explain that your overarching state, which is magnificent, to something that's happening, which seems like now. Unless it was some sort of interference. Eight of Wands, Judgment, Four of Cups. It's not your judgment call. It came towards you. Yeah, that wasn't your judgment. That was someone else's. Okay. So that's why you're showing me a fear-based response based on old emotional patterns that says it's warranted, or that you had to learn over time that wherever this is coming from, you have a fear-based response to it. Not because you're afraid of it, because of your own particular response to it says it's a little bit on the passionate side or anger side. And you're saying you don't want to go back into that space. And should you talk with it at all or respond to it at all, because you don't know if you can trust yourself how to respond to it. Okay, so that's a real honest question. So whatever this communication was, it drug you back into a place of the past where you had to question your choices. That's what questioning choices look like. You're basically afraid to respond to this at all. Is that wrong altogether? How do I respond to this, and should I? And that's what you want to know. King of Swords. Eight of Wands, there it is. Judgment call, Four of Cups. The communication here is of unhappiness. Just to point out to you, happiness, function. And now you're worried about how you're going to talk to this. And if you choose to, is that already a wrong decision? And if you choose to respond, what do you say? And will you say something wrong in there? It's put you into a negative headspace that says, it reminds you of how you used to make decisions of communications and actions in the past. Ones that were based on emotion, but possibly not coming from the best place in you. You have a little pattern of action and or communication with somebody, and there it is. So it's not your judgment call. Someone is choosing to open lines of communication. And there's sadness in there. It's coming from a place of sadness, dissatisfaction, unhappiness, lethargy, depression maybe, a disappointment overall. First, you have an emotional response that's inward, and now you're trying to handle it outward with the King of Swords. What do I say, logically speaking, or do I say anything at all? Okay. Once more, happy, healthy, high-functioning Pisces, which I believe, again, once more, you are co-creating with somebody. Over here, you're questioning everything based on the communication you got clearly from a substantial figure of the past. Okay? Let's see that Knight of Pentacles, please. Let's see that Knight of Pentacles. What will you do? You're not the only one, honey. You're not the only one. I promise you this. You're not the only one. Okay. Cancer had something similar, except for the energy that was trying to connect with them was so low functioning. I couldn't believe half as much fuss as they were putting into it in terms of response. I strongly discouraged it. And, that was my opinion. And that Cancer did what was right for them in the end, and that's all I care about, and that's all I want for you too. I want you to do what's right for you. If something or someone has that immediate ability to put you back into a space of negativity and doubting yourself, and you don't know if you can trust your own responses, then I think you already have your answer. Well, we'll get there. Hold on. The Death, the Page of Wands, the Sun. I just don't see you moving towards this. I don't. You have what looks like a very small amount of hope for this. I mean, super small. So while the Page of Wands has that feeling, that little bit of spark of hope, of imagination, that it could be a good thing, a happy thing, you're saying that Page of Wands not big enough for me to believe in the Sun for this situation. So I see you killing any motion towards it. I don't even think you're responding to it, to be honest. You're not the first person to show me I'm not participating. And I say good for you guys. Not because I think that they're wrong, but because I just want you to do what's right for you. I saw your emotional response and you trying to sort out how you would actually respond, and you're saying, no. Would I like to feel the Sun with this? Maybe. But that actually being the case for this situation, my hope for it's so small, I just don't see the point of entertaining it at all, and nor should you. I'm sorry, I think you've already made the correct decision. I'm not really sure why I'm saying this today, other than to give you the heads up of what's coming through and the kind of space it puts you in as soon as it comes through. I don't want you to ever be in that position where you feel like you're falling on old patterns of the past in order to deal with this. As soon as you go back to an unevolved state in order to deal with something, that's exactly what it does. You're not approaching this from your more evolved state, which is what this is. So this puts you back in the past, and that tells me whoever's talking to you hasn't changed much. If your first thought is, how should I respond to this from how I last connected to it? That's old Pisces. New Pisces needs to respond to this. Okay. So let's jump on over to this person. I understand as strong connections, but those strong connections does not justify the harm we do to others if we have not developed, grown, or changed. Okay. So I don't think they're outwardly trying to harm you, no, but I do think they're trying to re-engage you while lying to themselves about the real work they say they can put into this. So let's take a look at that. Part of you knows this. Why do you think you're declining? Because you have next to no hope for this being a sunny situation. That's why. And I'm like you, honey. If I got this, I don't need chaos in my life. Why? There's the beauty right there. People pay good money to see things like that in the reading, and it just showed up for you naturally. You can't put a price on that kind of serenity and stability, productivity, love, and enrichment. You just can't. So if this is the opposite of this, why the hell would you engage with it? Yeah? Use this judgment. Someone else's judgment can be your point of reflection too. Take this moment to see how far you've come and how you no longer in your right mind would ever respond to that. Okay? Take a moment to appreciate how far you've come and how far they haven't. Let's say the Lovers, please. The World, no kidding. The Wheel of Fortune time has passed. Six of Wands. Oh, yay. Yeah, I mean, just because it's a strong connection doesn't justify a rebirth or a re-entry. It just means the feeling's still there, but if we don't evolve, okay, you're just going to create a reoccurring cycle. So I can tell you two have had a cycle before, and this lover, whomever this is trying to reintroduce themselves under similar conditions from when you last exited, which is no good. Again, if you're going to do a re-entry, you cannot re-enter under old conditions. That means it's automatically going back to the past, and it will just continue like this. The World. The World can either represent a full opening, which suggests two people have changed, closing, somebody's declining for whatever reason, or you can keep doing the same shit you did before. Loop-de-loop. Time has passed, and this person's trying to show re-entry based on Six of Wands. It's attraction or ego, or this connection I had with Pisces is the last one I remember that made me feel good in some way. We're going to go with that. Oh my gosh, cinnamon honey. Seriously. Oh my goodness. Talk about throat irritation. She's right up there with me. Goodness gracious. She keeps trying to clear her throat too, poor thing. I've been on the Benadryl, and she has her own version of that. Ears, eyes, throat, everything's irritated right now. That's okay. I've already had the worst of it though. So, sounds like it's just starting for her, to be honest. Okay, so yeah, no, I mean, time has passed. This person's had plenty of opportunity to change and evolve. But as far as I can tell, it's still just based on attraction. And wanting to feel good about this connection or be seen in it once more. All I'm saying is time, and that we have the opportunity to do the loop-de-loop with this person again. Okay, let's see that Five of Swords. Some people like the loop-de-loop. Myself, personally, I actually like to go places, so. That's me, though. Let's see that Five of Swords, please. Show me that Five of Swords. Show me that Five of Swords. I do think, however, you are interpreting the situation correctly. Oh no. Queen of Swords. Oh no. Seven of Swords, Death. Oh no. No. Like I said, you can't use your strong connections and or feelings to justify lies and do yourself harm and therefore do other people harm. Man, that's a lot of lies. That's too many lies. A little bit of Five of Swords. Okay, everybody does self-sabotage from time to time. A little bit of Seven of Swords. Okay, everybody tells themselves little white lies here and there, the stuff they try to avoid. But when it comes from a King and Queen of Swords, and then it's also the 5 and the 7, that's way too many lies to the self. Okay? And here's what's crazy. This person's so used to lying to themselves, they think that they're not death. They're saying, I'm not lying to myself. I'm not doing that. It's denial. This is all denial across it. And what's worse is when we use our mind to justify the lies. That's where the King and Queen of Swords have the most outstanding con. As much as they prize rationality, logic, and reason, if they're determined to lie to themselves, they'll believe it. And they'll find reasons to justify it. All signs, all elements, all kings, queens, emperor, and empresses have cons. The King and Queen of Swords have an amazing pro. They prize knowledge. Therefore, they can make informed decisions. But it can also work against you for that reason. The same is true for water, fire, earth. Okay? I'm saying the worst of the cons today, and it's all the dead center of the reading. This person is not being confrontational with themselves with their own particular truth. In other words, not much has changed, but they're finding reasons to justify a re-entry. If they're not being honest with themselves, there's no way they're being honest with you. And what are they lying about, ladies and gentlemen? The Eight of Pentacles, the real work, time, energy, and effort it would take to reconstitute this. Let's see that Eight of Pentacles. This is going to be the direct lie. Cinnamon. No. No. Mm-mm. That's not a toy, honey. You know that. Put it down. Cinnamon. Good girl. Eight of Pentacles. Show me the Eight of Pentacles, please. Show me the Eight of Pentacles, please. They really think they're opening up towards this and from a good place of the heart. Again, this is someone who wants the connection, but they're not being honest with themselves about how they're approaching it or why they want it at all. They're using the ends to justify the means, and that's no good. The Eight of Pentacles, when I clarified it, if it had not been for the lies that preceded it or the ego, the reasons why we want to re-enter it is to feel good about ourselves again. Had it not been for this segment right here, which is literally 2/3 of this person's line, I would have encouraged you to maybe connect with it. I cannot give you that advice in good conscience. I cannot. I'm sorry. That's the beautiful time, energy, and effort spent to reestablish a soul bond, keeping ourselves open. Right there. That's okay. The Fool, the Seven of Cups, to get reacquainted? Yeah. Keeping ourselves open. From the heart. With good work. Everything else that preceded it, however, was false. Other than a very strong feeling that they're still attracted to this and they want to see themselves in it. In other words, again, a vanity or a vain reflection of the eye. If you have to really lie to yourself to justify your means to an end and all that stuff, then it's wrong. If this person had put more work into themselves and why they want to re-enter this, I don't know why they have to lie to themselves to do it. I could have given them a lot more weight in this reading, but I cannot. Not in good conscience, no. I cannot. You know this. That's why your hope for this is so small, because you're not stupid, honey. You've had a rodeo with this person, and especially if it puts you in a position of feeling bad about your choices in the past, and that is that your particular pattern? You know? Being too emotionally flexible with this person. Was that your pattern with them? You even said attraction for this isn't enough. I have to do the right thing here. They can't say the same. It's because of attraction still to the connection that they still want to participate in it, but they don't mean it. You know? I don't know what their motivation is other than the fact that they still strongly are attracted to it. That's it. And that's just not enough. The truth is right here. The honesty is right here. But this is what they won't give to it. They're lying to themselves by saying they can put more into this. It's a direct lie that they're going to put more of themselves into it. They mean it this time. No, they don't. They're using the lies to justify reentry, and then they're using the lies to try to sell you on what they will do this time. It's not true. It's not fair. It's a lie. They're not going to put more into this. I don't care what they say. Here we have the direct offer to put something into it to heal. So we'll go ahead and humor that. I'm going to go ahead and bypass that Ace of Pentacles. It speaks for itself. It's a renewal coin. So let's see that Three of Pentacles then. Show me that Three of Pentacles. Show me that Three of Pentacles. Okay. Show me that Three of Pentacles, please. Judgment, the Knight of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. I knew it wasn't going to have to clarify that. Yeah, I'm saying the decision here that if we were to actually take this seriously, it would have to come from a good place in the heart, you know? You kind of made that decision yourself the second you got their call, their text, their whatever it is with the Eight of Wands. And I think that's why you're showing me an unhappy response to it, because it's like if it had been the conditions of true friendship with the real emotional self in it, I might have been able to take it seriously. You're showing me the conditions for which you would have accepted that Ace of Pentacles, and I think your conditions are fair. Cooperation, friendship with a good interest there of heart flow and vulnerability. And then maybe you said, I would have had something to work with, at least for friendship and nothing more. But you're like, for some reason, that's not even believable to you. You're like, maybe I could have entertained it. Maybe I could have responded or participated, but it did not meet the most basic criteria for friendship and a real loving interest of someone else's well-being. You know, I have to agree with you. You're showing me the conditions that you would have accepted that Ace of Pentacles. Let's see that Hermit. You're saying that is your judgment call. You two have very different terms of judgment. Here I see the abrupt disruption. That was their decision. But not much has changed for them. In fact, if anything, it's probably worse. This is that person who wants to cut corners. I want what I want, but I don't want to pay full price for it. That means doing the work, learning your lessons, not lying, being honest with yourself. Really basic human stuff, you know? But when you're willing to cut corners and lie to yourself to go to get what you want, what? Just so you can have that vanity principle of feeling satisfied in a lover's connection, which is supposed to be so much more than that, because the soul bond's here. But when they're lying about how much work they can put into this. So you told me the conditions for which you would have accepted it. So that's your particular lesson. And you're saying it was nowhere near that. And yes, correct. Let's see that Hermit, please. Show me that Hermit. Six of Wands, Seven of Cups, the Page of Cups. You know, you're not stupid. I told you you're not. You've already reflected on this. You saw their ego in the Seven of Cups, the options, and you would just be a kind of flattery piece to this person's heart space. You've already figured it out. You dialed it in. That's why you're not accepting this. You know it's in that Ace of Pentacles, and it's not all it's cracked up to be. It's not shiny. Not everything that's shiny is gold, right? It's kind of like what you're showing me here. You've already kind of rested on it. You see the Six of Wands. You know what they want. And the Seven of Cups, like I said, this would have been acceptable if you really meant what you meant about emotional exploration, opening up to feelings, understanding that what you have is precious and unique, and you're willing to work through it. You're saying, honestly, Christina, I wouldn't be much more than just a flattery cup to them. I flatter their ego, but they wouldn't be taking it seriously. You know this. You know it. This is you reconciling not with them, but with yourself on this particular subject. Why they're showing me this today, other than the fact that they give you the heads up that this is kind of important for you to process, to experience it, and it's going to demonstrate how far you've come. Okay? That's it. As for your opening here, it's brilliant. This is your world. This is your focus. So shall it be. They're not part of this. Maybe that's why they're coming around. Maybe they see how successful you've been, even if you are on your own or with someone else. It doesn't matter. They see how successful you've been or how happy you are. Look at what you're doing. Yeah, without you. I most certainly didn't achieve that with you, because if I had done, you'd be here. It looks like a sad reentry. Strong connection with the soul bond. There's a real soul bond here, but tell it to somebody who's completely lying to themselves. You've already reconciled yourself to it. If they came back around, it's like you're saying, I knew it'd be a reflection of vanity. To know that I was in their pocket in the Seven of Cups of some way, but not actually open to the connection. Big difference. Seven of Cups, as much as I dislike it, it can be positive, like I saw it here. But you're saying I see it for what it is. I'd just be a reflection of an option, a vanity option for them. You know? You don't look like a vanity option to me, honey. You remember that, okay? No. That broke my heart. Actively lying about how much more they would put into this. They know they're lying. They won't. They will not put more into it than you last experienced with them. In fact, it's probably less. Someone's willing to lie that hard. Damn. Not being honest with the truth. Distance, retreat, time out. Of course you distance yourself from this, and I think you will continue to do so. Meaningful coincidences in reverse. That tells me you didn't have any warning on this. No foresight. You didn't have any clues or indications. It's no wonder it immediately launched you into a place of negativity. I was wondering why, how you could go from something so high-functioning, stable, beautiful, something this person probably can't achieve by miles, and went from, I feel really bad about this, why am I even looking at this? This makes me feel bad, and it makes me scared how I'm going to respond to it. It tells me the meaningful coincidence in the reverse. It's been a long time since you connected to this, and you had no forewarning. Perhaps that was part of the package. I don't know why. Perhaps when you're most relaxed and you're no longer thinking about this anymore. I don't know why, but nothing led up to it that gave you an idea that this was coming through. So when that told you that, it wasn't your judgment, it was someone else's. Like, I had no signs, I had no warnings from the universe. I don't think you were supposed to with this one. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they've been keeping tabs, especially if they last saw you as an extension to their ego. Arm candy, whatever it is. That option that I can keep in my pocket because it makes me feel good. You know. You've thought about it before with the Hermit. I'm sure. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, yeah, right here. Saw it a couple times. You already told me the conditions for which you would have accepted it, and you said they don't meet the criteria at all. You know what would constitute a renewal, and you're saying this isn't it. It does not come bearing love or vulnerability or any insight, care or nurturing. You know, the good stuff. But also could be indication of Earth sign, which I've seen that here as well, particularly Virgo, also Taurus, but that's not the point. It's, for some of you, it's confirmation. Chemistry. Oh, I know. That's immediately why I saw that here for them. Yours threw me off just a little bit in terms of your response towards it. That automatically made you feel bad or guilty. I think once upon a time how you used to respond to this was a natural sense of passion that you probably had for this person in terms of chemistry, naturally attracted, and I'm guessing that became your pattern with this person, or they turned it against you in some way. But yeah, no, that's so that's kind of like why I see you approaching it logically. It's like if you cannot or feel like you cannot trust your emotional response, which would be passion or even anger here, then it's best to approach it intellectually and say, I will have nothing to do with it. This in no way meets the criteria for healthy healing or rebuilding, not even as friendship. Okay, new love for some of you. I don't know how new that is. Okay, I don't know, but it's solid. That's what I say. It's the definition of stability. Okay. Pisces, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments as you see fit. Take care. Be well.